I love how my webcam just like has a delay. And every time I like get on and I switch scenes, it's like slow stagger start. All right. So, I am back playing Little Big Planet for the last time, a last hurrah, if you will, um, before I move to Japan. I actually get on an airplane tomorrow, which is terrifying. And if you're wondering, gee, Alex, why isn't your whole apartment in boxes? My answer is simply that I am not moving my entire life to Japan. Because my apartment in Japan is like 4 by 12 feet or something. Like, it's really small. So I'm bullying my parents into giving me storage units for everything. But yes, we're gonna play Little Big Planet. We're gonna try to do some more completion. There's a couple levels that I would like to try to ace. I finished recording my playthrough of the game. I just haven't edited it and uploaded it yet. So, hopefully, this will have some rewatch potential as a live and not just an active live. But since I've completed my playthrough, this current save actually has a lot of levels on it that are not 100% or not aced or things like that. So the goal is to try to do some of that for a little bit this evening. And in true typical PS3 fashion, the loading time is excessively long. And let's skip the intro. If you don't know what this game is, what's wrong with you? Like, so as you can see, I have all but the last world fully completed, and that's because I went to play the last world. And I completely forgot about this level, which I hate and struggle with. So prepare to watch me die a lot. That's the rotor tubes level. And I'm just gonna give up completely on even trying to yeah, get the erase the timer. Like, the shrimp will not be happening. Oops, I ended up on top of it. It's not where I want to be. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Is that the end of it? That was it? I thought that would be harder. I remember that being harder. I got stuck so bad on it when I was recording last night. It's crazy. I died. Like, I had to die and restart the level. Damn. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to ace some of these levels because I love the temples and the Magician's Court. They are my favorite levels in the game. I like the music, I like the atmosphere, I like the mechanics. I think they're the best made levels in the game. Let's see if I can do this without getting squished. Okay. There's also a couple bubbles that I think I missed in here. Yeah. Come down, flying cats. I can do this now. And I can get this stuff. Hell yeah. One time I got underneath his head and I got squished. And that was very unfun. Woo! Oh, that was not very safe. If I'm trying to ace this, I need to be playing a little bit more carefully. I'm not playing very carefully. This is advanced platforming, guys. Advanced platforming. I always, anytime I'm trying to ace a level, I die in some stupid way. Although, when I tried to ace the Serpent's Pass, I kept dying with Sheriff Zatanna, so I guess that's not a stupid way, because that is the final boss of that area. The sad thing about acing is that because you're trying to be so careful and not die, you don't get to have any of the fun physics mechanics at work. You can't get launched into the air and stuff because you're trying so hard not to get killed. Oh! I remember regularly dying in this spot because of stupid things. This would push you into it like that, yeah. There's not a lot you can do against that. There's a snake hissing somewhere. Whoa. Ah! See, like that. It pushed me into the fire, even though I wasn't in the fire. I shouldn't have been in the fire in the first place. Evil. One time I was acing this level and I got stuck here and she squished me. This specific lady. Alright, get my sweaty hands, gotta wipe my sweaty hands off. Oh, crap. I made it so far. It's always that spot, too. It's always the spot where I die. I can make it through the entire rest of the level, no problem. What's worse is that the other day when I played it, I didn't die there. Devastating. I think it's funny that it's like acing it is like doing a no-hit run. I watched someone do a no-hit run of Cuphead one time. That was insane. I don't even know how that's possible. I can't imagine doing a no-hit run of Cuphead. Hey, Cal! I'm back at my Little Big Planet bullshit. Last time before I go to Japan, and I don't have access to my PlayStation 3 anymore. Every Souls game in a row? Oh god, no, that sounds like torture. No hit runs of all Souls games in a row. It could not be me. Shrimply could not be me. Souls games are even crazier, because with Cuphead, everything is a repeating pattern. And I know that a lot of Souls bosses are also repeating patterns, but that seems way harder. than even Cuphead. Cuphead's very, very regular, at least in that regard. Kind of like Undertale, like, it's... Once you know what to do, eventually it becomes muscle memory. I vibe so hard with the music at this level. Even though it's kind of stressful music. Oh, Oh, I could skip a level! It launched me up. How nice of it. I know that they put that thing up there to, like, make it so that you can, like, grab onto her. Or, like, get up there. But it kind of is weird and makes her look vaguely pregnant. Not that there's anything wrong with pregnancy, but it is a little odd in the context of what's happening, which is that these are all supposed to be these, like, very, very beautiful, like, dancers. Eh. Made it back to the same spot I was last time. We're gonna wait for the next one. This thing is just so small. There's such a little room for you to jump. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Okay, the hard part is now over. The next bit is not the hard part. Oh, I said that and I almost died. Don't speak too soon. One must not speak too soon. Oops. Oh my god, I launched myself into the wall. Alright. Alright, evil snake. Evil fire snake. Oh, the goddess. Oh my gosh, my heart is like pounding. I was like, I'm not gonna make it! And then I made it. Yeah, chicken beak. That's it. That's all I got. Chicken beak. All I get is a chicken beak for acing this level. That's it? I feel like I deserve more than that. It was hard. I should get more than a chicken beak. Alright, let's see if I can ace this one. These are, like I said earlier in the stream, these are my favorite levels, so I have no problem playing them 100 million times to ace them. Beyond this perilous temple, you will find the great magician, master of emitters. There's definitely some parts of this particular level that are quite... I don't think I have that sticker. Oh, I do! I didn't get it the last time. Whoops. I keep fluctuating between playing Switch games and playing this, and I keep pressing the wrong buttons all the time. What did that do for me? Oops! I did something wrong. We're gonna restart the level real quick. I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be standing on that platform when I did that. My bad. Yes, I was. I was like, oh, I can reach it from here. Not the right choice. There we go. Now I've got some more stickers. This is just the best music. The funny thing about this is that when I was living in at college at my last school, I had a neighbor that would play music like this all the time. But I couldn't stand it because he would do it at like 11 o'clock at night, and I'd be like, my dude, my guy, I'm trying to sleep. No shade to like Indian or like Pakistani or any of those like Middle Eastern and South Asian musics, but like at 10 o'clock at night, that was simply not the vibe. I was tired. Oh. You know, considering I'm trying to ace this level, I'm not being very careful. Yeah, it was quite rough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed, and honestly, I don't even mind listening to other people's music, because I'm not a super particular person when it comes to music. Like, I like most kinds of music. Even, like, you know, like, from different countries and stuff. So, I'm not, like, gonna be out here, like, judging people's music. It was just, like, that particular time of day was not a good time. No. I already have that. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, that was lucky. Knew that was gonna happen. That happens to me often. That particular moment is like the hardest moment of this level for me. But you know what? I don't have to get those bubbles again, so we can zoom past that because I've got them. And I also understand that not everyone wants to listen to music with headphones all the time. And that, like, sometimes, you know, when you're in your own house, you want to listen to music without headphones. I really don't mind noise in apartments in general, because I think that's just part of living in an apartment. But I do kind of not vibe with loud music after 10:30, just as a general rule of thumb. I do think this is funny because this temple is like, it's supposed to be like a temple, right? And it's like, yeah, what if stuff is just on fire? And I'm like, why is your stuff on fire? Why is your temple on fire, guys? I spoke too soon. And I didn't do a very good job. How do I even get through this safely? Is there a way? Yeah. Damn it all to hail. This is genuinely like the end of the level. I made it so long. For what, guys? And for what? The crying face. But since I'm so close to the end of the level, I think I'll just finish it. Almost an ace. I cry, I cry. Was not it. Alright, let's play the Magician's Court and then or Palace, sorry, not Court. The Magician's Palace. It's Dancer's Court and Magician's Palace. And let's see if I can ace it. And we'll just flip-flop between the two in terms of whether or not I die. My goal is to get this area aced because on this stream, because I love this area. If you can make it through my Palace of Emitters, then you are worthy to face your greatest challenge. This is like one of my favorite mechanics of the game is the like disappearing blocks, but they're almost never used. Like they're used a lot in like other game mechanics of like when monsters die or whatever, then you kill them, they disappear. But like using it as a like a play mechanic is only really used in this one level, and I feel like it's such wasted potential. Such a fun mechanic. Like timing based. Oh, so juicy. And it looks so cool the way they like disappear. And I partially it's because of the like colors of the blocks, but and it's like nighttime and you're like running through this magic temple of magic blocks. What's not to love? I think I said this in my playthrough, but I have very vivid memories of playing this level with my dad. There's a part, like, right here, yeah, where I have very strong memories of us dying many, many times. And he was not a very good platformer. I love my dad. He is not a good gamer. He's a medium level gamer. My light just decided that it was gonna get brighter. Okay. It's life. Okay, this is where I died the last time I played this. Sometimes it gives you a different block, yeah. And I didn't get this bubble, which done pissed me off so bad when I first played it. Recording. Whoa! Oh, the smoke is not very cool. Yeah, because there's like a whole section of prize bubbles here that you can't get unless you have that sticker, which I couldn't have. And now I have all of them. Yeah. And I wanted the new clothes material. And the music of this level. The fire, like the smoke from the fire. Aha! Little Big Planet is in danger. The collector's stealing all of our creations and not sharing them with the world. Go to the collector's wilderness and find them. And I don't need that key. So. This music. Oh, so nostalgic, so nostalgic. And I did ace it. Now I get chicken wings to go with my chicken beak. But I actually really like my schoolgirl outfit. I'm vibing hard with it. Chicken feet? I don't have chicken feet. Chicken wings. I have chicken wings. I think chicken feet might be a different part. You get a prize. I haven't aced this one. You get a prize for acing this one. I'm gonna see if I can ace these little levels. Oh, no, I don't. I take it back. I take it back. I don't want to play that level. I played that the other day. I might be able to ace this one, though. Are wings and feet? Are wings arms or are wings feet? And are feet just weirdly shaped arms? These are the questions of life. I was thinking about this as I was working on my, as I was working on a costume recently, where I I was trying to decide if I wanted to sew toes into these tights, and I was like, it's fine. If I'm trying to ace this, then I simply do not need to concern myself with life doors. Who needs life doors? Not me. Ah! Oh. I sometimes think about how feet bones and hand bones are very similar. And feet are just like longer, kind of more awkward versions of our, like, squished together, awkward is what I mean by that, versions of our hands. Like, ooh, our toes are just like, oh my gosh, why do I keep getting squished right there? Our toes are just little fingers. Weird little fingers. So then that follows the further question of like, and now I'm just pontificating, of like, could a foot fetish also be a hand fetish? Are they not kind of similar? And every viewer I have now leaves. They're like, this is weird. The secret to this, I think, is actually not jumping. Whoa! Oh, I got it. No, no, no. It was nice of it not to squish me. I did that there at the same time. Last time. Yesterday when I was playing that same level. This is an entirely unrelated thing. Unrelated to Little Bitcoin, unrelated to anything. I keep watching two of my favorite YouTubers play golf with friends. I've been watching their series for years. And every time I watch them play golf with friends, I want to play golf with friends. But I, alas, do not have any friends to play golf with friends with. So I might have to, for my like own birthday / Christmas, whatever next holiday situation is where I have a present that I can purchase, I might have to buy myself / my friends golf with friends so that I might play golf with friends. With friends! Because even though I have some friends, I don't actually know if I have any friends who own golf with friends and would want to play golf with friends with me. But I want to play golf with friends. I used to play Wii Golf a lot and it was fun. It seems vaguely similar. I also love Wii Golf. I don't have a Wii, but I love Wii Golf, and I love, like, Wii, bowling and Wii tennis. Those are also very fun. Like, Wii sports in general. The Wii sports, you know. The Wii really was, like, the peak console. We really have not adapted or evolved since then. Nothing has gotten better. Like, I genuinely think that we peaked in console history in the PlayStation 3 and the Wii. And that is not just nostalgia talking to me here. Like, this is genuine love of those consoles and thinking that they have original good ideas. Like, PS3 was peak. Wii, peak. the games that they made for them, so good. I completely did not realize that Breath of the Wild came out on the Wii, but that makes so much sense because Breath of the Wild is the best game. And so, like, yeah, it does make sense that all the best games came out for the Wii and the PlayStation 3. Everything else has been mediocre since. The Switch is okay. Animal Crossing is good. Tears of the Kingdom is pretty good. But nothing will beat, like, old Wii games. Ooh. Burnt my tissue. I like the way the little sack person, when you get burned, just, like, acts, like, specifically like their butt was burnt. Which I think is so funny. Aha. No, do not push me off the edge. Hello. I did it. I wish I could actually dance like the dancers in the dancers court, where like my body just like is so graceful and smooth, and but I am an awkward creature. I dance like a white person. Does it say I aced it? Yes! Okay. We might actually be able to get all the ace on this. Let's see if I can get the ace on this minigame. And then we'll go back to the Elephant Temple. I love his little laugh. This is so evil because it makes you do it twice. Talk about advanced platforming, man. Ah, and then it glitches and makes it even worse. Very uncool. Haven't heard about Little Big Planet ages. Oh, well, welcome. This has been my entire channel for the last, like, 2 weeks. Because I love it. It's my childhood, and also it's peak gaming. Oh, the PS Vita! I used to have it for the PSP, which was like the OG, before the PS Vita. Like, the PS Vita is the improved version of the PSP. I had the PSP version of it, which I seriously considered, revamping so that I might, like, I considered plugging it back in and seeing if I could run it through a capture card, and then I realized that it's such low quality that it's not even worth recording. It records at like 420p. I loved that, though. I used to play it on road trips. We had, like, I would play it in the car and get really motion sick. But I used to play this a lot as a kid. And then I got the PSP because they came out with Little Big Planet for it. And Little Big Planet was my favorite thing. Oh, 10 seconds to spare, no less. No lives lost, baby. I think, if I remember correctly, the PSP version had, like, a little monkey that was, like, your guide, or he was, like, your friend or something, and he, like, guided you through the game. There was also like some tilt mechanics in it, I remember, because there was like a feature of the PSPs that you could tilt it, and I remember that having some kind of like tilting, rocking mechanic in it. And I remember being very frustrated by it, but I don't remember the level itself. It's been so many years. I never replayed it. Although maybe I should find some way to emulate it. I bet that would be fun. I'm sure there is an emulator that runs that. Because that handheld is so out of date, and unlike the Game Boy, it does not uphold. The battery on mine like won't stay charged for more than like 20 minutes at a time. It just did not have the longevity of Game Boys or DS's. My cousin's Game Boy still works. The folding one, which is crazy because it has a hinge in it, but and I think his 3DS still works too. Imagine that, a console that lasts like 20 years. Modern console companies could simply never. The Switch is like what, 6 years old or something, and already they're like crapping out. Not that I don't love my Switch. Yeah, they were a great handheld. The PS Vita came too close on the heels of the PSP, and it was made it so that everyone who had a PSP did not want to buy one, and anyone who didn't have a PSP probably already had like a Game Boy or a DS, and the DS was such, like I said, such a long-lasting console that there was no point in buying a new handheld. I do think that the Switch is low-key a bit of a rip-off of the PS Vita. Like, the shape and everything is very similar. Yes, Little Big Planet stream! Come watch Little Big Planet. Who doesn't love Little Big Planet? Oh, I did it. Everyone should watch Little Big Planet. Everyone should play Little Big Planet if they can. I will never be mad, not be mad that they didn't make it backwards compatible. Yeah, you're a Nintendo hater. Yeah, you and my dad would get along. We didn't own Nintendo products in our household until I actually bought my mom wanted Animal Crossing, and so she demanded a Switch for Christmas. And then I didn't even get a Switch until after her. I didn't get a Switch until like, oof, what was that? How many years of college was that? It was I had to have been like, it had to have been at least 2021, maybe 2022. The problem with the Switch is not the console itself, it's the Joy-Cons break, which makes it not usable really as a handheld, and so you spend all your time like fighting with the Joy-Cons because they break, and then you're like, okay, well now I'm just gonna use a controller. Well, then you don't ever take it out of the dock, which then makes it not really a handheld console anymore, or a handheld, yeah. Wii Mario Kart is the best Mario Kart, and I have some serious beef with Mario Kart World. I think that is a stupid game. Because what everyone wants in Mario Kart is to, you know, have to like chase each other in boring straight lines. Yeah, like the Joy-Cons get crazy stick drift. Well, my Joy-Cons got drift on them even like within the first year of owning it, and thankfully it was still under warranty. Well, I think it also depends on what you play. So, like, if you're only playing Animal Crossing with them, like, my mom's never got stick drift. But, and yeah, as far as them canning their noticeable mascot IP, I have serious beef with Little Big Planet being, like, basically dumped when it is by far the most recognizable Sony mascot IP ever. Like, Sackboy is the face of Sony, and they have not upheld it. They're trying to make Astro, like, the new face of Sony, and I'm sorry, but he is not as cute as the Sack person. I'll never be over them closing all the servers down. And not making, like, not, remastering the original Little Big Planet for the PS5. Because they now have had 2 consoles between, and they could easily remaster it. But yeah, I got my, back to the other thing about the Switch, I got my, my Joy-Cons replaced under warranty, and then I bought a second pair. And I haven't had problems since then, but the first set that I had immediately got drift. And I played a lot of Breath of the Wild on them, but I was playing it very aggressively. And I'm notorious for, like, being kind of, harsh in the thumbs. I, like, push the joystick really hard. I need to be gentler with it, but it's hard to unlearn it. Because I'm used to using an old PS3 controller, and these things are, like, indestructible. Especially if you didn't have the DualShock. Like, I don't have the vibrating ones. I have, like, the non-vibrating ones, and these things, like, they're bricks. You could throw them against the wall. Yeah, Little Big Planet does have an unreplaceable feeling. I was telling someone, I was like, it has the quintessential, like, unique crafting vibe that a lot of video games have since tried to replicate. Like, I feel like a lot of newer video games have taken this kind of, like, idea of this cute little, like, handmade world and made it into, like, their own thing. Like, It Takes Two, or, Unravel, right? They have, like, they're kind of trying to imitate that a little bit, but nothing has the uniqueness of Little Big Planet in that everything in Little Big Planet is theoretically replicatable in your own level. Like, you could make everything that's in the game if you put the effort into it to make it look like that. The engine is so incredible that this is, like, it's such a unique game engine. They'll simply never be able to replace it. I'm gonna actually restart this so I can get that bubble. Yeah, although it might be best they left it around before they ruined it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of Sony's IP recently has not been great. I feel like they tried too hard to compete with Xbox and instead of working on making a lot of good games, they started doing pushing all of their stuff into online and, like, online servers, and they're trying to, like, recreate Fortnite and things like that. I'm like, you don't need to. You are a console company. Why not make games that are just, like, for your if they'd have leaned more Nintendo, I think they would have been better off. Where, like, Nintendo, they do not care. They are in it to make their own consoles and their own games. And then you can't play those games on anything else. And that's okay. And I think that Sony could have done that, and they chose not to. Which is quite sad, actually. Because a lot of their games had the potential, especially their older games, had the potential for that. There is, like, a way for me to get up here, but I don't know how. Is it, like, here? Like, can I jump up here and then go? Whee! Nope. How do I get up there? I don't remember how to get up there. I know! And even if they didn't make a new Little Big Planet game, they could have remastered this Little Big Planet game and put it on there. And you know how many people would have bought the console just to replay this because it's like so nostalgic for them? Like, I single-handedly, the reason I bought a PS5 rather than buying literally any other console was because I wanted to play Little Big Planet 3. That was it. That was the whole reason. I wanted to play Little Big Planet 3, and then they took it off of there, and I was like, what? What is the point? Why would you do that? The only reason I bought your console. And then you took the one game that I wanted to play off. Guys, come on. Oh, crud. I didn't mean to do that. Now I'm gonna have to restart the level to ace it. But that's okay. I got a bunch of bubbles, so I think I'm missing some bubbles already. This part's actually easier to ace if you do it this way, I think. Which seems crazy, but... yeah, because it stops from launching. Okay. Well, for next time. This is such a fun part of this level. Sliding down! Oh, I got it! I was missing that one. Good to know. Oops. Oh, that killed my speed. I was going so fast. Now I'm going so slow. Yeet! The collector. He's up to some stuff. I think that's a time sport that I can actually do with only, with just using 4 controllers, but unfortunately, I think the other controller that I have, other controllers, plural, that I have are dead. I only have one other charge controller. Oh, I have to drag that guy over here, don't I? I was like, ah, screw him. I guess you do have a switch on you. Inconvenient man. Egghead. My cousin and I always used to call him Egghead because his head is so big. Oh, much improved in terms of my collecting. I can totally ace this. Let's try to actually ace it this time, instead of just, you know, muddling through. I almost aced the bunker last night when I played it for my playthrough recording, which was insane. I died once. I have very, very vivid memories of playing the bunker 9 times in a row in an attempt to ace it. Like, my cousin and I would play it to the point where we would take turns trying to ace it because we would get so tired of just constantly repeating it. It was the only level in the entire game that we had not aced. And for those of you who are new and are watching and don't have the context of the fact that, I used to have a different PlayStation 3 console. I had 100% completion on the game. I had gotten every single trophy. And then my console died. And broke. Yes, Wheel of Doom and Despair is exactly right. Oh my gosh, it was so awful. Torture. Am I gonna get stuck here? No. Let me out. Am I gonna have to restart this because I'm stuck? Okay. It was the Wheel of Doom and Despair. For real. Traumatic, actually. I'm like determined to get this bubble. I don't know what the solution is. That's not the solution. It squished me. But yeah, I had 100% completion on the whole game. And the worst part about that is that now that they've closed all the Little Big Planet servers, I can't even get it back. Because there's no way to post a level online, or play this many levels online, share this many levels, have this many online players join. Actually, quite evil. Evil behavior of them to not keep the servers active. You know, for people like me. And the PS3 has always had a terrible overheating problem. It gets very hot and then fries itself. Yeah, I don't understand why they did literally nothing to preserve this game. They were like, it will be lost game history. If you don't have a PlayStation 3 console, yeah, if you don't have a PlayStation 3 console, you're screwed. Like, oh, by the way, our consoles, you know, they are chronic. I did this again. I did this a second time. They are chronically overheating and will just die. There must be a way to get this. I feel insane. I got it. I would play it if it was on any console. I would actually, there is a very, specific amount of money that I would not pay. Like, it would be a lot. I would pay a lot of money to play this game on a new console and to have access to the servers again. An undisclosed amount of money. It really is the only game I care deeply about. I have so many other games, and as much as I love playing video games to an extent, I would give up everything. I would give up them all just to play this. Kill you. Oh, are they porting Death Stranding too? Interesting. I did not know that. Well, that was this console era. The PS3 console was a little bit before, I think, like PC games became very common. Like, we didn't really have PC games became common, like probably in the PS4 era, because that's when they're like, oh, the PS4 is just a really fancy computer, which it is, but. They didn't do that with their old stuff. Like, Silent Hill 2 got remastered, but it never made it to PC until it got remastered. And Silent Hill 2 is like a PS2, PS3 era. A lot of their older consoles, the games just never made it out there. Yeah. I mean, PCs are still too expensive for most people. I can't afford a PC. I have a gaming laptop now, and it was already kind of on the higher end of what I feel like I should have spent for a computer. much as I love the concept of a very expensive, beautiful, light, like glowy PC, it's just like, who is, like, that's like the cost of a vacation. And while that's fun and all, I don't know that... It's also one of those things where I think it's really hard to maintain it. Oh my god, are you kidding me? It's hard to maintain if you don't know what you're doing. Like, it's not user-friendly. That's the beautiful thing about consoles, is that they require very little know-how. You can pretty much just turn it on, plug it in, turn it on. It's there. It's an investment! Yeah! I would rather invest in, like, a new battery for a car. Like, you know, several months of rent. And with how expensive, I guess, and again, going back to user-friendly stuff, I think PCs are just not as... If you're not someone who knows what you're doing with it, it's very scary and intimidating. Like, my PlayStation is great. I have to do virtually nothing to it, except for turn it on. But a PC, like, I might have to, like, replace things. I might have to clean it, like, I don't know. I see stories of people cleaning their PCs, and it makes me anxious. I can't imagine taking apart a piece of equipment that is so expensive and so fragile. Doing it. I'm sure the performance makes it worth it. I can't imagine that would be... Like... I upgraded my computer. And I was like, oh, I've been living in Peasantville for so many years. Is this what it feels like to have enough RAM to actually have a functioning device? I do think that PCs are definitely more... Like, if you can get yourself the know-how and you can, like, teach yourself how to use it and clean it and do all the necessary stuff for it, it is by far a better investment than a console, because you can, as it breaks, you can replace parts. But I also think that if you're not good, like someone who's naturally good with their hands, it does become rather difficult. I am not a super tech-savvy person, so I think I would break something. Yeah, that's why I was like, I think it's definitely a better investment long-term. Like, consoles, I mean, once they're dead, they're dead. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Again, going back to the whole PS3 thing, like, when that thing burns, it is done. You cannot get another one. And then, whatever games are, like, locked to it are also locked to it, which is also, like, really annoying. And very upsetting. I also dislike that we've created a culture where, like, certain things are locked to certain consoles. I think it's not necessarily, so it's not like per Cavs thing. I don't know if this being a bad PC owner. It's not a bad PC owner thing. It's depending on where you live and, like, your apartment, how old your apartment is, or, like, is it dusty where you live? Like, I know people in Arizona have to clean it significantly more because there's just a significant more amount of dust there than there is in other places. And, like, if I had one where I live, we get really, really bad pollen to the point where the pollen is like a coat of yellow all over everything. It gets in the house and, like, all kinds of stuff. I think I would inevitably have to clean it because you just have to with things like that. Okay. What shall we play next? I think I'm gonna take us way back and we're gonna go into the subway. Yeah, and cats are pretty clean. Like, also depending on what kind of cat you have. If it doesn't shed a lot, it could be pretty easy to take care of. My old roommate used to have a Siamese ragdoll mix. There was no helping that. That thing shed like a monster. He was adorable, and I loved him to death, but he was a shedding monster. And you'd think, like, you'd be like, oh, okay, ragdoll, he doesn't shed. They're not supposed to be sheddy. Okay. 15 minutes max of dusting. I think also it's people cleaning it. I've also seen people, and this depends again on what kind of PC you have to. Just bump my mic. But I am under the impression that if you have one of those ones that looks like boba or whatever, that has like water and coolant running through it in weird ways, then you have to clean it more because of having weird coolant things. I think I did this already, but I don't remember. I did. Yeah, I do advocate for PCs. I just wouldn't advocate for PCs for someone who doesn't want to put it together. And I honestly am not a big advocate of consoles. Because like I said, I think it's stupid that things get locked in them. I should be able to play all my games forever. Even if they are 10 years old. Or was not. Just jumping. Yeah, water cooling PCs are so cool. I think PCs are so pretty. Like, you can make them look so fun. My PS5 is boring. It's a white square. It's a white block. Yeah, like, I love the RGB, like, lighting on them. It's so cool and pretty. No, no! Rainbow Ram sticks? Oh, that's so fun! Oh. Someday when I make lots of money, which is laughable, I'll never make lots of money, but someday when I make lots of money, I will buy a PC. I told my mom when she was talking about buying a new console, because she wants to play like some other stuff like Hello Kitty Island Adventure and like The Sims, which I think is hilarious because The Sims is like the most heavy, like the densest game there ever was. It looks like Las Vegas anytime I turn on my PC. Isn't there a way you can change the settings so it's all one color? Because I would like mine to only be, like red, or not red, be purple and blue and like teal. That's what I want. Yeah, I was like, I think you can turn it off on most of them. I want one that's like Pandora avatar colors, like pink and purple and teal and blue. That's my favorite. But anyways, my mom wants to play a bunch of games and like including The Sims, and I was like, we cannot, my dear mother, I love you, you cannot play Sims on your Nintendo Switch. I don't know that there's any device that can play The Sims, to be completely honest, because that's just such a gnarly program, but like I am glad that you want to play that. We need something more sophisticated. We either need to get a PC or we need to get, when it comes out, a Steam machine, because there's simply no way that you are going to be able to do that on a Nintendo console. I don't know of a single Nintendo console that can pull that off, to be honest. That is an impossible bubble to get. Yeah, I don't think that that's... I have some serious beef with EA as a company overall, but also like The Sims is... Oh my gosh. Really? I made it through the whole level and it squished me right there? The Sims is way too expensive for what it is. Like, the one nice thing and the one caveat I will give to all Nintendo games is that you pay for it, you get pretty much the whole game for whatever you've just paid. Like, there's never a point where I'm buying, like, a Pokemon game, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting this Pokemon game. I'm gonna have to spend an additional $30 to $40 on DLCs or other types of things just to be able to actually enjoy this Pokemon game, because all of the other content is, like, behind the paywall. Thankfully, that is not the case with Nintendo, and largely not the case with a lot of Sony games, or, like, indie games, but those, like, some AAA games, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like... Yeah, for $1,200 you could buy a computer. For $1,200 you could get a plane ticket to Japan. Like, there's a lot of things you could do for $1,000 that is not, you know, playing The Sims. I just think that of all the consoles, of all the games that you could spend $1,000 on, it is not it. Like, you could buy 2 PlayStations for that much money. That's so much money. And I'm so mad because I like some EA games. Like, I really like Split Fiction and It Takes Two and like, yeah, but they've also become politically unlikable. I tried to get that bubble. I was not getting it. Is there something over here? Oh, it's a ×2. Okay. Right, like, if I'm paying $70 for a game, and then it costs me an additional $35 to get your DLC, like, what... And especially if the DLC is not an actual significant expansion upon what is already there. Like, I do own one AAA game that, like, I actually own, which is Frontiers of Pandora, because I love Frontiers of Pandora. Or I love Avatar in general, like, it's my whole shtick. But that game, I think I paid, it was like $130, but I got the collector's edition because I wanted the, I wanted the figurine that came with it. So I got the collector's edition of it. But with the collector's edition, I got the art book. I got the season pass, which gave me 2 of the 3 DLCs, because the 3rd one hadn't been made yet. And then I also got the figurine. I was like, okay, $135, that seems reasonable for what this is. I've seen figures that are this size and this quality cost more just for the figure, so that felt fine to me. But then I'm like, sometimes I'll see it, and I'll be like, what are you guys doing? I can't believe I didn't get that bubble the last time I played this level. There's a couple Star Wars games like that. I can't remember that. There was one a couple years ago that came out that was a Star Wars game, and it was like, yes, we have made this amazing Star Wars game where you play like the sequel trilogy, and you play as a character, a stormtrooper or something. And then they were like, $8 million of paywalled content. And I was like, I'll pass. Oh yeah. Well, that's the other thing. The crazy thing to me that gets me is, okay, so I've played indie games. I've played, not a lot, but I played some indie games. I played some AAA games. So I got Frontiers of Pandora. It's fun. It's cool. It's glitchy as hell. I was not expecting because like if you pay for the game by itself and you pay for the season pass and you don't get the collector's edition, it is like $70, $60 to $70, depending on whether or not it's on sale. That game is bugged to hell. Like, I play it with my friend Bryn, actually on this channel, and there's some very interesting moments of us, like, you both can't hack at the same time, and if you do and the other person finishes, then your controller just continuously buzzes non-stop. The rendering of like the sky, the way that it renders often doesn't work, and it will just look like the computer or the PS5, whatever you're playing on, is having a seizure. That's fun. That's a fun side effect. There's a couple other things. There's a couple quests that are bugged. So there's like this quest where like these animals become feral, and then you have to like go and save them or kill them or whatever. And this whole quest just like doesn't work if you're in co-op, period. I have not yet tried it in single player, but it doesn't work in co-op at all. And also I think if a thing is bugged, they shouldn't be able to charge you for it. Like especially if the DLC is so bugged that you can't play it, then you should not be charged for it. That's my opinion. But like then you play things like Cuphead or like Undertale, which I know are like just basic DLC, basic indie games to have played. But they're like so polished. I'm like, a AAA game could never. I'm so confused as to how they managed to make these $70 games and not have them be actually clean and well structured. Whoa, that's crazy expensive for a game like that too. Do I have car sticker for this car? Oh wait. Is it this sticker? It is this sticker. Oh yeah. I can't imagine paying that much for a game and not having it work. Oh, my mom was playing Disney Dreamlight Valley and was having problems with it similarly, because it's also not a cheap game. It's also in-game purchases. And I was like baffled by how much it was. Like, where do they think they're getting it? Do they think they're seriously getting this money from it? A dinosaur tail! Oh, I got 91. Oh, we're getting there. I think that times 2 won't be where we're lacking. No, I'm not sad. I'm happy. Stick your tongue out. Yeah. Yep. It is all about passion. If you're making a game that you love, well, and that's also, I think, going back to why Little Big Planet, the original, worked so good, and why I don't think that, like, I don't think that Little Big Planet 3 was as good when they sold it to Sumo, and it was clearly like okay, just expand this IP. There's a lot of... Little Big Planet 3 does not run smoothly on the PS3, even though they claim that it can. And so there was just a lot of struggle when I played it the first time. Oh no, what have I done? Oh! I also don't know if I love or hate the music at this level. It's funny music, but it definitely starts to make me feel insane. I just recently started playing Hollow Knight for the first time. Or, I mean, not for the first time. Actually seriously playing Hollow Knight for the first time. And I have to say, speaking of indie games that are well loved in their development, oh my gosh, Hollow Knight is a stunning game. It's so beautiful. The music is incredible. The design of it, the design choices are incredible. I've not and my friend Bryn can attest to how few games I have actually played. I've not played any Valve-owned games. Because I don't, like I said, I didn't until recently have a computer that could actually handle that. So, I had a Surface 9, so like there was not a lot happening there for me. I could maybe run NAF on it. If I was lucky. And it was a good day and I had no Chrome tabs open. This area is actually my enemy. The last time I did that, I could not get up that ramp. Move along. Okay. Well, when I eventually actually get a real PC someday, I'll have to try it. I just got my gaming laptop. And I have been playing a couple more things on it, besides, you know, the standards. The only thing I've really been successfully playing on it in great quantities is, ironically, Wait Up. My new favorite game of all time. Alright, let's... Oh, crud. Man. I was like, oh, I'll make it. I'm gonna ace it. No, I didn't ace it. Half-Life. I don't know anything about Half-Life. I'm not a good gamer. Oh, Portals? Yeah, I don't know if I can handle Portal, to be completely honest. I've watched other people play Portal on YouTube, and it does not seem like a game that is friendly for me. For some context as to my motion sickness levels, I tried to play Sea of Thieves and struggled greatly. Sea of Thieves was not happening for me. I wanted to, but not an option. Well, I almost aced that. Yeah, I can sometimes power through it. I forced myself to be able to play Frontiers of Pandora, but I really can't play anything with motion sick that could possibly make me motion sick for more than an hour. And even then, sometimes weird things will trigger me. Like, what was I playing? Grounded. I was playing Grounded and it was making me sick because of the way that the camera moves in and out. So, alright guys, well, thank you for watching my stream. I'm gonna cut it here because I still have to pack more things for my traveling. I have to pack up my capture card, I have to pack up stuff for my trip to Japan. But if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and keep an eye out because I will be making more Little Big Planet videos of me playing the whole game. And my goal is to hopefully get a PS3 in Japan because you can get them there for like 30-40 bucks, and then play Little Big Planet 2, but we'll just have to see what luck I have in the resale mart. But yes, thank you so much. I was awesome having everybody in chat. I'll see you guys around. Bye!